Cameras are being reined in across China under a judicial interpretation on the use of facial recognition by China's top court starting this month. Collecting, using, storing, processing, or transferring facial scans now all require explicit permission from the user. Doing otherwise will be deemed an infringement of their personal rights.
The rules have come as many cell phone applications now ask for our faces when firing up. Payments are often made through facial swipe, and as some neighborhoods have come to use facial recognition for entry, the technology that has made life increasingly convenient is also increasingly a source of concern.
Guo, being a law scholar and the person to file the country's very first lawsuit against the application of facial recognition technology, says the interpretation of the top court couldn't have come soon enough.
This interpretation is very timely, as it deals with one of the most high-risk areas of personal right protection. I think it will effectively curb the abuse of the technology and act as a guide on how to legally and compliantly use people's facial and other personal data.
Guo filed his lawsuit against a zoo in Hangzhou that made registration with facial technology mandatory for visitors with year-long passes. The new rules state that such behavior is now off-limits. The interpretation also rules against making facial recognition technology mandatory to enter residential compounds. It says alternatives must be provided.
I think the biggest highlight for the interpretation is the lines it draws about informed consent. It's put out specific scenarios that apply. This means the law is specific about protecting personal and consumer rights, and it could send out a message that the use of facial recognition technology will be strictly monitored.
The interpretation comes as the Personal Information Protection Law, which is expected to be even more comprehensive, is under development. And the Vice President of China's Supreme People's Court, Yang Wanming, recently promised that close attention is being paid to the safeguarding of people's rights and personal information. Sun Ye, CGTN, Beijing.